Hey everybody, it's me Frugoli here, and welcome back to day 10 of the 12 days of Wake and Bake. We started off with some edibles, then we got through some little bit of flour, and then a ton of dabs, just all sorts of dabs, because you know that's what I really love. But you know I got a special place in my heart for edibles too, and today we're bringing back the edibles with some Mitten Mom's Cinnadoodle. So they've got all sorts of delicious edibles, including cake pops, which are incredible. They're bite-sized and they're 100 milligram, or at least the ones I've had, and wow, do they knock you into the dirt. They've got Smoms, which is like it's almost like a cookie, almost like what's that Mrs. Fields, I think, type style cookie, you know, it's cut into a square, and it's got like marshmallow and chocolate in it. They've got all sorts of different kind of bars and other edibles to choose from, so props to Mitten Moms. Check them out on Instagram. The link is in the description, but I believe it's at Mitten Moms 313. They are another Michigan company, so I'm glad to be able to bring you so many awesome Michigan-based companies here to this 12 days of Wake and Bake, and we're going to continue on here with what I said, this Cinnadoodle. I'm pretty sure, without opening this, that it's basically a snickerdoodle style cookie bake like bar, kind of like I was just describing with the Smoms. I believe it's one that I've actually sampled already in the past. They were handing out little sample bites of it one time, and it reminded me a lot of a snickerdoodle. And little inside secret here from someone that has made a ton of edibles: snickerdoodles, like especially the Betty Crocker snickerdoodle mix, and especially if you add a little cinnamon on top into the mix, it really kills the entire taste of cannabis. So some people do like that flavor. I personally would rather just get the effects from it. So I like to bake stuff where you're not really like tasting this weird earthy flavor, especially since decarbed cannabis doesn't really retain any terpenes whatsoever. So it's really just that quote-unquote weed flavor, and most people don't like it. So when you take something like a cinnamon, I guess is maybe the flavor that masks it really well, but like a Cinnadoodle, it generally covers up the flavor really well. So let's go ahead and crack into this. The one thing I did notice about this one is actually, and it does say it's they use distillate for their edibles, which is a pretty common thing from the sound of it. I generally just use my quote-unquote food grade oil, so when I blast my trim, which is really only a few times a year, I'll take that and then decarb it and turn it into a food grade oil for something like either the Frugoli whipped body butter or some peppermint bark or something like that. But yeah, this is a 50 milligram, which is honestly a little bit better option for a morning dose of edibles than 100 milligrams. Those 30 milligram suckers were a great option too, but I'm all for 50 milligrams of this. So check this out. I'll get real nice and close with it. You can see it basically looks like a snickerdoodle, but it's like a nice thick bar. Hopefully that's coming through for you. So cheers guys, happy 10th day of the 12 days of Wake and Bake. I hope your 2019 is starting strong, and here's to Mitten Moms. It's literally crunchy on the outside, that top layer up here and the bottom layer down here. Those have like a nice little crisp to it, but the inside is nice and soft. And this is a few weeks old at least. I've been hanging on to this like I was some of those other edibles earlier in this series, and I'm impressed. I mean, it was how do you say it? Hermetically or something like that, sealed, where it's got the heat seal on it and the zipper. So that's nice. Or at least I think it did. I guess I wasn't really paying all that close attention. But in any case, it's got the zipper on it as well, and yeah, it stayed really fresh. I've had some cookies from other vendors in the past where they're just like really kind of crunchy, and you really got to bite into them and break them off, where this is just nice chewy. Yeah, so if you like cinnamon flavor, this is definitely the way to go. If you're gonna wake and bake with an edible, that 50 milligrams, at least for me, seems to be the way to go. This is a solid edible. It's actually maybe not for effect because the cake pops are 100 milligrams, but I would say in terms of like flavor and texture, this is rivaling the cake pop. And I'm a big fan of Snickerdoodles, but this is better than a cookie. How about you guys tell me what your favorite edible is? I'd love to hear. I know a lot of people like gummies, suckers. Of course, the special brownies, that's kind of the classic, right? Would they do a good job with these bars? And the cake pops, like I mentioned, are excellent. And I can't wait to see what they bring us next. So go check out Mitten Moms. Mitten Moms through and 3 on Instagram. They are local in the Metro Detroit area, and you'll see them out at the events and stuff like that. Great couple gals. Delicious ladies. Thank you. And until next time, good luck and grow big.